Hello and welcome to another episode of Mixed Emotions. You guys, I'm Regina.
And I'm Jose.
And we're going to come back every single week and give you a different topic, different discussion of pretty much problems in a marriage and how we can fix it. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is actually our second video, but our first video that is actually on podcast. So welcome. We're on YouTube too, you guys. It's under Gina's Natural Way. So you can go back and check us out on Gina's Natural Way as well. If you're interested in that, okay. And you can actually see the visual of our faces and stuff. But last week we talked about just a little bit about our background and about where we come from and our marriage and different things like that. We've been married for 24 years. And we divorced for a year and a half or so. And then we got back together again. So we've been through a lot, okay? And I do believe God allows you to go through things for a reason. And definitely that reason is to help other people. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So this week we're going to be talking about finances in the marriage. So I'm going to start off and just pretty much tell you guys. So this is kind of how it will work. We're going to talk about our struggles, the things that we went through, how we overcame, and then we're going to give you some tips and tricks of how to fix it in your relationship. If you're having those same problems, don't go through the same path that we went through. A lot of this would have been fixed if we would have did one thing, and that is probably discussed it before we got married.
Right.
Which is something
we didn't do that.
We didn't talk about money.
We didn't.
We didn't talk about nothing, okay? We just got married. We're just like, oh, we love each other. Let's get married.
Right.
Love is not enough.
No.
It's not enough. There's so many other factors that needs to come into play, and love is not enough. Basically, I grew up, my mother and my father that lived in a house together, 5 children, and we grew up, in a middle class home. My mom and dad both worked, and we took vacations every year. Very nice vacation. We always stayed in the most beautiful hotels and stuff like that. They're probably $500 or $600 now, hotels that we stayed in. Like, we lived a great life. For Christmas, even with 5 kids, we had bikes, we had everything. We lived a really good life. We had financial problems. We didn't really have any. My mom and dad saved so that when it came time for Christmas, they could spend thousands of dollars on Christmas because they were good planners. My dad was a saver, and I guess my mom just kind of, went along with it. And so they would always save money. We always had new clothes for school. We always had all of that. So I had no idea what it was like to struggle. I just didn't know what it was like because we always had everything that I ever wanted. And when I grew up and I moved out when I was 18 years old. And even when I was 18, my dad still would come over and he would pay my bills. The tags, things that I didn't even know he was doing and paying.
Paid your insurance?
Pay my insurance. Just certain stuff that he always did and I didn't even know he was doing. So I was pretty much dumbfounded at 18 years old. And then the day I moved out, I got credit cards. So I had a new car. I literally had everything that I wanted. Like, literally, if I wanted something, I went out and got it. I used a credit card for it if I didn't have the finance. And I worked. This is where I met my husband. I worked 60 hours every single week because I like nice things. And I thought if I like them, then I should be able to get them. So that's how I grew up. So when I got with him, there was a lot of debt. There was a lot of things that I had to adjust to. And, like my father, what did my father say to you when I got married?
Well, yeah, this is yours now. You had him in your insurance paperwork. So I just took over where he left off.
Right. So when I got married, he handed him everything. I still didn't see anything. So I never knew how to budget. I never knew how to do anything at all. I was just used to, if I want it, honey, I'm going to go get it. Okay. That's what I was used to. So how did you grow up?
I didn't grow up, not like you. I wasn't middle class. I didn't know we were poor, but we were poor. I was one of 8 children. My mom was divorced when I was real young. Moved to Idaho. And I was happy as a child, but we were poor. Didn't have everything I wanted.
You didn't even really have everything you needed, to be honest.
No, we're never hungry, but
Mm-hmm.
but no.
So he
secondhand clothes.
Right, secondhand clothes. You guys were on welfare, right?
We're on assisted
Assisted living. Well, not assisted living.
No, disabled because my mom became disabled.
Oh, yeah.
At her age, like 45.
Mm-hmm. Disabled.
So,
like he was saying, y'all would sleep on dirt floors. Remember you were saying that? Sometimes.
Early when I was real small, our houses had dirt floors.
Mm-hmm. And it was eight children
Total by the time. I have younger sisters and way older sisters. It's quite a swing there.
Mm-hmm. So money was something that was pretty much scarce. I mean, he didn't have it like that.
Right.
So, which is why you probably didn't want a lot of kids, right? Because you did say, as far as finances, you wanted to make sure.
Right. I didn't want to struggle the way we had struggled when we were young. So.
And one time I went back to Texas. Remember the last time I went back to Texas? He showed me the house that he lived in.
Oh, yeah.
He showed me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, no wonder he lived the way he do. Like, no wonder he works so hard, and no wonder he tries to provide as much as possible for our children. He makes sure our children have the best of everything. He always is definitely, we have the newest and the latest because he wants to make sure we have everything, I guess, that he didn't have growing up.
Right. Yeah, I want to make sure you guys are comfortable and happy. And...
So that's where we came from. Now, but he was a little bit different from me. So I never budgeted. I don't think I even had a checking account till I was grown. But I'd always see him with his little checkbook and he'd be writing down stuff.
Oh yeah, I kept track of my money when I started working. So then I kept track of where my money was going.
He kept track of his money. He had a house. When I met him, he had his house.
Right.
However, in the Hispanic community, they all kind of lived together. So I guess his sister and his mom, they all lived there, but the house was pretty much in his name.
Right.
But everybody kind of chipped in and paid, right?
Right, yeah.
Different bills, I guess.
Right.
But that's just how he was used to living. And so to me, that was all different because I'm like, why you don't have your own house? It's just a little bit different for me. So that's where we came from. Now, when we merged in together, that's where the problem began because we never talked about it. So if you never talk about something, you don't know what you expect. I still wanted to live the same way that I lived when I was by myself. If I wanted it, I got it.
Yeah, but we had more responsibilities at that point. So.
Right.
And we're still living like we didn't. We didn't discuss it. Sometimes the car payment would go past due or the mortgage would go past due.
Because we had our money together at first. And so when I got pregnant, I was a month pregnant and I got taken off work because each time that I got pregnant, I had to go on a bed rest because I always was a high risk pregnancy. So I always had to go on bed rest. So I was getting, at the time that I was working, I was getting workers' comp or what is it called? Whatever it's called.
Right.
So I was getting that for a little while and we always put our money together. But it still was just like whatever I wanted, I was going to get. And because we never talked about it, I never even seen how much money he made. I never even seen a bank account statements, nothing. Because back then, it wasn't like you just have an app on your phone. Back then, it was more like...
Right, you would have to call in and do it over the phone.
Right, you have to... Exactly.
Or keep track of it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I didn't know about that. I just knew that I just felt like if I wanted something, I go get it. Well, that led to so many problems with us. 1 week, you said you couldn't even pay rent, or was it mortgage, whatever. I don't know. Did we have our house then?
I think we had our house, yeah.
Okay, so he couldn't pay mortgage. You had to do like bank account. What do you call it? Payday loans?
Oh, we did some payday loans, and those are a nightmare. You'll never get out of those. It's very difficult.
That's the worst thing ever.
It is.
25 years ago, right? Payday loans or whatever like that. I remember one time I was such a bad budgeter. I never used a coupon. I never did anything like that. Just was not going to do it. I thought coupons and shopping at like Aldi's or something like that was for poor people, and I was not going to do it. So I spent money. I remember one time I spent $90 on a baby outfit. Like my baby was 1, and he would have grew out of it in no time. And $90 back then was a lot of money.
Right, that was a lot of money for us.
Every holiday, remember, I would go buy something.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, it's Easter. I got to get a new outfit. Or
new outfit, yeah.
It's my birthday. I got to get a new this or new that. Like, that was just me. And so, just not good. And we didn't really discuss anything. So payday loans, just tons and tons of things. We got into money troubles. We weren't able to save any money at the time.
No, we were borrowing $20 every week
every single week
from your mother.
Yeah. So, and we lived like that. That still wasn't the reason why we broke up, but
no,
we lived like that for years, all the way until we got divorced.
Right.
So, but we got divorced for other reasons. We'll talk about that as we go along. But so we got divorced, and then after that, reality kind of set in for me, because you guys, I was still not used to paying anything. So here I am with 2 children at the time, because after that, my boys was what, 5 and 10. So, I mean, come on, like, I'm still not used to it. So I still had a really nice townhome. I went to a nice townhome because the house I knew was going to be too expensive for me. I got a job. I was fine and everything, but I still didn't know about paying bills. So things got shut off. Like, I remember my son called me one time, Mom, the lights are not on. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what it is. And thinking to myself, yeah, I need to pay a bill. Then I would call and get it paid. I had the money because he was paying, child support and spousal support, whatever.
Right.
He's paying all the stuff. Plus, I had a job myself, but I still just didn't really know to pay it. And that's pretty much when I changed. Was after I got divorced. I seen the value of $1. I seen all of those stuff, and that's when I was like, okay,
right, because the burden was on you at that
right.
point.
Because I'm the one who would have, and thank God I didn't have to do the payday loans or anything like that. But I mean, I'm the ones who, if something happened to our car, I have to figure out how I'm going to get it fixed. Remember, I went through depression. I had a heart. It was definitely a wake up call.
Right.
Right.
That was hard. That was a hard time for you.
That was difficult. So then I changed, you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys what I did. I changed after that, because after we got back together again, I started couponing, and I'll insert a clip of like our downstairs, our storage room. I saved so much money. That is a job within itself. When you say couponing is a job within itself, because I save us thousands of dollars every single month. Like people pay full price for toilet tissue and paper towels, and
we're paying a lot of money every month.
We don't pay.
We run out of stuff. We have to go pay retail for it. We don't do that anymore.
No. And I always have a side job. Even though I work inside of the home, I always have a side job. You guys, ladies, even if you're a stay-at-home mom, there's something you could do. You could sell on eBay, or there's always something that you can do to have money coming in, because I always like to have money coming in. And so that is something that we did. Now, let's fast forward to where we are right now, you guys, because I changed some things. To me, if both parties are not willing to work, I don't think they should have the same bank account. What do you think?
No, if you're not gonna spend every dime that's in there, you can't.
It's not going to work if both parties are not in it 100%. I'm going to tell you that right now.
You got to discuss. You got to communicate.
Because you'll be working your butt off, working all these hours for your goals and your dreams, and then you got somebody that's just going to come and spend it on like the lotto or spend it on drinking or drugs. No, ma'am.
We can't have that.
Can't have that. You have to realize that you are both on the same team. Once I got back with my husband, that's one thing I realized. We're working towards the same goals. We're working towards the same dreams. We are one. So that brings us to, let's talk about number 1. So let's talk about some tips to what we do now, and how we're so successful in our living situation right now. Number 1, I say, is to put God first, y'all. Put God first in your marriage. I can remember you used to worry all the time.
Right. Yeah. I was always stressed and
always
thinking, how are we going to make this work? And
always. And that's one thing we had to do, is we had to pray. We had to give it to God, and we just had to believe that, okay, this is going to work out. Right. We're going to be fine. But also, give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That's a Bible scripture. That's the law of reciprocity. You got to learn how to give. The more you give, the more you receive. Right. We set it up for every single month. We pay into a charity, where it's a men's a men's homeless charity or whatever, shelter, whatever. So every month that just comes right out because we know we want to give. We've given cars away.
We have.
We've given, and don't act several cars away actually.
We have.
And we don't ask for no money. We're like, no, we're good. You're fine. We just want to bless you. But we've been blessed with so much. God blesses us with so much more and more and more and more. So that's number one, is that put God first and give to something. Like give to, even if you don't have a lot, just give a couple dollars or give something to somebody. I'm not saying so much in paying tithes because that's a whole nother subject, we won't even talk about the tithing part of it. But I will just say you need to be giving to something.
Right, it feels good.
It feels good.
It really does.
Feels really good. Number two, realize you're on the same team. We're one. If he win, I win.
Right.
Right?
And if I lose, you lose.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing I think I was not understanding.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because why would I go out and spend all the money knowing you weren't going to be able to pay rent?
Right.
Or mortgage?
Knowing that we're going to struggle to get groceries or whatever.
Or have to borrow money to get groceries.
Right.
Remember one week we didn't even have money for groceries?
Right.
And then we borrowed $20, you guys. We borrowed $20, and what did we do?
We sold a bassinet or something.
Yeah, we did.
And then we got $25 worth, then we went to a restaurant
and ate.
And spent the whole money
on the whole $20-some on one meal. Like, that was the most stupidest thing. And then we still were hungry.
Right. Instead of going to Aldi's and
getting some food. Groceries. Exactly. Yeah. So, learn to that you are one. And that means that you guys need to work together as a couple. That means that saving money, like you gotta save money. The rich gets richer. A lot of times, I think in my head, I was thinking, oh, poor people use coupons. Absolutely not.
No.
Listen, everything we have now, I get it on a budget. My family shop, like literally, they are all name brand. That's a Tommy Bahama shirt on. Like everything I have, my kids is always all name brand. But I never pay full price for anything. Never.
No, that you won't do that.
That bothers you. Oh no, absolutely not. No. But I make sure, and everything we have is top quality products in our house.
It is. Right.
Always. But it's always like on a sale. And now it's to the point because I give so much, I feel like savings and stuff attract to me. So whenever I need something, I go into the store. I promise you there's always a coupon for it. I don't care if I'm going to Macy's. I don't care if I'm going to JCPenney's, Hobby Lobby. There's always a coupon. I was in line shopping for Christmas, and I think I had one coupon at Old Navy. A lady just came up and said, hey, here's a coupon for $20 off of your order. Like literally everywhere I go, there's always people. Money just kind of attracts to me. Like literally coupons just attract to me. Right? And if you're interested in that, I do have a couponing channel. I need to start posting on it a little bit more, but it's called Gina's Way on here, and I show you how to save money as well. So that's one thing too. You got to make sure that you guys are on the same team and that you both want to save money. Okay? You just gotta. Okay, the next thing is create a budget. Sit down and say, what do we have money for? Like, okay, we need to spend this amount of money on groceries every single week. Right. And then when you're in the store, maybe use a calculator. We don't do that now because we don't have to do that now. We're way above that now, but it's still good to do if you're working unlimited money. That's what we used to have to do because you don't want to get in a grocery store and your bill is like $300 and you only got $100.
Right, and put food back. That's we've been there too.
We've been there where we've had to put it back. Right. So create a budget. So say I want to spend, and now I do have a it's just I pretty much get the same things pretty much every single week. So now I know pretty much what it is anyways. But set a budget. Say, okay, I want to spend this amount of money on food, this amount of money on clothes, this amount of money on whatever. But now my husband and I are to the point, we're so synced, you guys, that now he'll just say, well, you have to pay something.
Right. Yeah, I'm just like, the mortgage is due this week.
Mm-hmm. The mortgage is due, or I got to pay car note or something like that. Right. That way he's just giving me a heads up. Don't overshop or don't do whatever because this is what I have to pay this week. Okay. And get a savings, because what we started doing a while ago, we did it because I think we did this because we were on a cruise and we saw somebody, we were getting money out the account. And we looked.
There's a receipt there from a previous ATM that somebody used.
Mm-hmm. And how much was in there?
I think it was like tens of thousands.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
We need to get to that point.
Yeah. We're like, we want to get there. And my husband was like, we will get there. He's like, yeah, we will get there.
Right.
And that's pretty much what happened. Now we're to a point where every single week we save money out of his check, hundreds of dollars. We don't even see it. It goes right into the savings.
Right, you don't mess it.
You don't mess with it. Unless it's an absolute emergency. Right. You don't mess with it,
That's what it's there for, so you can fall back on it if you need it.
Exactly. It's just emergency fund, okay? So you want to make sure that you have that set up in place, a budget, start saving money. There's a coupon for every single thing. Every place you go, use a coupon, save money. You're on the same team, okay? The next thing is definitely create, and I'll insert some pictures of our vision boards. We have it all in our bedroom, but create a vision board because you should know where you're going as a couple, right? That helps to stay focused. So we both know exactly what's coming this next year in 2020. Right?
Yeah.
Because we talked about it. We're getting a new home. We want to, our home is absolutely beautiful, but we want
some land. We want to be out in the country.
We want to be in the country. We want land. I want cows, y'all.
Right.
Chickens. What you want, baby?
I want room to work on cars. Some outbuildings. Just more freedom to do what we want to do.
And he loves to shoot. So he wants like acres and acres and acres where he can go shooting and doing all that different stuff. So we got all that written down. We have that written down. He's going to get his truck next year. So I got a newer truck this past year. I got a Cadillac Escalade. It's on my vision board and that's what I wanted. So it was in 2019. I wrote it. I got it. So most of the stuff that's on our vision board that you will see, those are the things that we already got.
Pretty much all the stuff is.
Pretty much all the stuff we got. Pretty much we want it. So even the house things that you see, we renovated our house. And some people are like, why did you do that? Why just buy it? Then you're going to move. Well, we just wanted to. And it'll up our value of our house anyway. So it's okay. But yeah, so we got pretty much everything that we wanted on there. And that's what's important because if I spent all the money, then how are we going to get our house?
We can't.
We can't.
We won't get to where we want to be.
So you got to sit down. Now, my husband didn't necessarily sit down and write and glue everything on for the vision boards. But what we did do, we sat down and we talked about what he wanted, what I wanted it, and then I wrote it out and put it into a thing. So make sure you have a vision board. You guys, I'm coming out with a 2020 vision book. It's a vision book journal and it's amazing. It's definitely great for couples. It's great for even if you're by yourself. It's going to be out within the next few weeks, you guys. And I have other journals and gratitude things and stuff like that. But this one is amazing. I'm absolutely in love with it. I'll talk about it more once it's almost out. But it definitely is something that will help you budget. It helps you think about where you want to travel, what you want to do. It helps you work on your goals and your dreams because, you know, especially when you're married, like that's one. Like I tell my husband, you know what we got? We got a lot going on next year because we got a lot of traveling we have to do and moving. We got a lot going on next year. So we're like, okay, yes. So definitely if that vision book, that vision board will help you know exactly where you want to go in life. Right? All right. The next thing is you want to work towards those goals. So that's what we do. We work towards our goals. Get something set up in place. Like I said, save money.
You create a plan to get there, where you want to go.
Create a plan. That's it. Got to have a plan. I can remember before when we didn't have, we were in a townhome, I think, or something. And I would drive around the neighborhood we're in right now. We drove around and we would look at these houses and we were like, oh my gosh, like.
So like, I want to live there. I'm like, we don't make that kind of money.
Well,
I didn't think we'd ever live in this neighborhood.
And I was like, what do these people do for a living? Because these people are like rich, like, because the houses are really, you know, they, to me at the time, they were really big. They were really like expensive. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And this was years ago. And I wrote it down that this place, the subdivision where I'm living, this is where I wanted to live. We wrote that down years ago in the vision book.
A long time ago.
And that's where we are. And we've been here for 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
So we've been here for a while. So definitely have everything written down. It will come to true. It will come to pass. It really will. And then work on your credit score. That's something, and teach your children. If you got kids, teach your kids. We're working on our kids' credit score. I tell my son, every month. I'm like, let me see, because you can put it on your phone, the credit apps and stuff. What is it? Credit Sesame, Credit Karma, those different credit things you can put right on there and check your credit score. I tell my kids, because our oldest son is going to be moving out. I'm like, baby, you got to get your credit score up there. I want to see that.
He's almost done with college, so he's going to rely on that.
Exactly.
It's important.
Exactly. And I told him, I said, I need your credit score to be at least a 750 before you leave out of this house.
Right.
That way, to make sure he gets the best
interest rates.
Best interest rates. Right. He don't have to pay that much down. Right. And then I told him, you need to have so many thousands in the bank before you leave.
Right.
Because I don't want you saying, Mom, let me borrow $20.
Right. No, we got to teach them, but we do teach them better than that.
Yeah, we have to teach them because that way, and those are things, like I said, our parents didn't teach us. Right. And so we want to make sure that the credit score, get your credit score together, you guys. One month, we hopped our credit score up 64 points only by paying stuff off. Everything should be under, what is it? Under 30%. Under 30%. And that will put you at around, is that an A or a B or something like that? I think that's, put one of those as A or B, your credit usage or whatever. And that's going to help you to do that. Get a different mix of credit cards. But you want to make sure that your credit is good, especially if you want to buy a home. Get that credit together.
Right. Otherwise, you're going to be paying a lot of money for nothing.
Yeah, you want a car, get that credit together. Right. Work together as a team. It's fun. Like, I have so much fun. This is truly my best friend. Like, we love each other. Like, literally, he can't wait to get home. He's like, oh my gosh, he's so happy to get home. I'm so happy for him to get home because he's my best friend. We're working at these goals together. And that's what you want to do, is you want to work together as a couple, get a goal. Then my husband also said to me a while ago, he said, if you have the power to, what did you say exactly? Do you remember? To give me anything? Did you say?
If I have the power if I have it in me, I'll give you whatever I can.
He will give me whatever he can. And he really stands by that. Like, literally, if I said today, you guys, I want a new wedding ring, what would you do?
We'd go shopping.
We would go shopping. Like, literally, he gives me any and everything that I want. Anything. And then I give him any and everything that he wants as well. Usually his is not financially. Usually you're more of...
You take really good care of us, of my family.
Yeah.
Our family. Yeah.
So that it just comes in different areas. Right. But because we are one, now he can provide for me all those things that I was I rushed my time. So I knew it was coming where I was going to be able to get whatever I wanted. But I rushed my time. Like, I just was not there yet. And so I'm very thankful and very grateful that God has blessed us with these. I hope that some of these tips helped you guys out, because it definitely helped us out. It's amazing. Like, seriously, work together towards your goals. Look forward to the journal that's going to be coming out. You guys, it's going to bless you. I promise it's going to bless you a lot. All right. So if you have not, take time to subscribe. Thumbs up the video if you like it, and definitely leave a comment. We love you. We thank you for tuning in to us, and we will see you guys next week with another episode of Mixed Emotions. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.